Hi guys, welcome back to Little Kitchen. It's almost Christmas and I thought, why don't I give you guys some ideas on what you guys can make for Christmas. I have a whole Christmas spread and I'm going to insert here a very short video of how I got to this place. So the first thing I will make is my potato hash browns. I'm going to start by grating my potatoes. You can either use the big side or the small side. I used the big side. Then I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. I'm going to add 2 eggs, 1 red onion, 2 cloves of garlic, a little bit of coriander, some ginger powder, some curry powder, paprika, and some salt. And then I'm going to mix. So I added 3 tablespoons of milk just to try and add some density into my eggs. And then on a hot pan, go ahead and add your mixture just like this. You can decide whatever kind of shape you want. I decided to make them square shaped. So your heat at this point should be at a medium low, and if your pan is very light, then it should be at a low, so that you can make sure that your hash browns cook in the inside. So the next thing I will make are some shallow fried pan potatoes. I'm going to start by cutting my potatoes into small square shapes just to make sure that they cook in the inside. And then on a hot pan with very little oil, add your potatoes, season them with salt and maybe some paprika, cover them and let them cook until they are a little bit crunchy, and that is done. So the next thing I'm going to be making are some vegetable fritters. You can make them with whatever kind of vegetables you like. I'm going to be using some potatoes in mine, and that is what you see me grating. For the paste, this is what is going to make the vegetables stick together. I'm going to add some all-purpose flour, around half a cup, and I'm going to season it with some paprika, some ginger powder, some salt. Then I'm going to add some water until I achieve that kind of consistency, and that is what is going to bind our vegetables together. On another bowl, I'm going to mix my grated potatoes, some courgettes, some carrots, and then I'm going to season them also just to make sure that everything is nicely seasoned with some paprika, some ginger, and some salt, exactly what I had seasoned my paste with. Once that is done, add in your paste and mix it together just so that they can stick together, and go ahead and make whatever kind of shapes you like. So I have some breadcrumbs on a plate, and this is what I'm going to use to coat my vegetable fritters just to achieve the crunchiness on the outside. So once you finish coating, you can either choose to deep fry them or bake them like I did. On another bowl, I'm going to add some ground beef, some red onions, 1 clove of garlic, a little bit of coriander, and then I'm going to mix, and this is what I'm going to be using to make some beef patties for my sandwiches. I've seasoned it with some curry powder, some ginger powder, and some salt, and I'm just going to mix it and mold it to some patties. I have some beef brawns that I'm going to use to make some sandwiches. I'm just going to place them on a hot pan just to try and intensify the flavors. If you've never tried this, kindly do, because this really brings out the flavors of the beef brawns. The next thing I'm going to make is some muffins. On my bowl there, I have some leftover margarine mixed with cocoa powder that I had used a while back to make some chocolate cake. I'm going to add 2 eggs and 1.5 cups of milk, and then I'm going to whisk. So I only used margarine because I wanted to get rid of the leftover margarine that I had used a while back. If you don't have that, you can use vegetable oil. And then I'm going to add around 2 cups of all-purpose flour and around a half cup of sugar and mix. So once your batter is ready, I'm going to go ahead and add in some nuts. This is just out of preference, and then carefully mix it. Just make sure you do not overmix. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare my pan. If you do not have some muffin papers, don't stress, just do this. Apply some margarine on your baking tray and then place your batter there, and that will make sure that your queen cakes or your muffins do not stick to your baking tray. Then put it in your oven at 220 degrees for 15 minutes. Keep checking. And finally, just to add some freshness on your breakfast table, you can add some fresh fruit. Whatever kind of fruit you have. I added some nicely cut watermelon and some pineapple, and that is it, you guys. So on my table today, I have some potatoes. I have here some potato hash browns, some pancakes, some vegetable fritters, some muffins, some samosas, beef brawns, some beef patties that I'm going to use to make some sandwich that I really like, some lettuce that I'm going to use to make the sandwich, some tomatoes that I'm going to use to make the sandwich, the brawns, and I have here a plate of watermelon and pineapple. I have here a hot cup of tea. So first I'm going to start by making my one of my favorite sandwiches that I like to make. All you need is blue bun or any kind of margarine you use, some 2 slices of bread, and I'm going to apply my blue bun on my bread. Properly coat it with blue bun, just like this. Then I'm going to take one lettuce and just place it nicely and cover it completely. One of my beef patties that I just made and I showed you. One of them. Just like this. Then I'm going to take my 2 of them. I'm going to put some salt. You can add mustard if you like, mustard, and then cover it. And this is our first sandwich. The next thing you're going to make is a ham sandwich. All you need is bread, not ham but brawn, a beef brawn sandwich, just like I did last time. Then we're going to take our lettuce. We're going to try and find it, nice pieces of lettuce. And then we're going to use our beef prawns. I decided to just put my beef prawns on a hot pan just to try and increase the intensity of the taste. That really brings out the taste of the browns. If you want, you can even season it, go further and season it with some salt and some black pepper. I'm going to put 1 beef prawn, tomatoes, I'm just gonna drizzle some salt on my tomatoes and then cover it. See how it tastes. So the next sandwich us guys are going to make is the egg sandwich. This is the most simplest sandwich and it is my most favorite sandwich. 2 pieces of bread. Just like the rest of the sandwiches, we're going to put some blue bun. Take your egg, cut it into rounds, just like this, on your bread. You know, cut some nicely rounded, shaped rounds, just like that. You know, press it round. Then I'm going to add my tomatoes. I like tomatoes in this. So, some salt. And that's it. This is how it looks like. Some eggs, your tomato, and the bread. As simple as that. That's it for the sandwiches. This amazing hash browns. I'm excited to try them. So with this hash browns, if you want to, I don't know, juice them up a little bit, you can add some cheese in them. These potato hash browns taste like kebabs. Exactly. Now, the next thing I have are some pancakes. I didn't show you guys when I was making these pancakes. That's because I have a video on how to make pancakes in my channel. The quality might not be perfect, but the content is there. So, but I just made them without really taking a video, but they're really nice and fluffy. The next thing I made was some sweet potatoes. I'm going to get full and I have to try everything on this table. The next thing I made was some vegetable fritters. I decided to bake these ones because I felt like I had too much fried things. You can play around with whatever kind of vegetables you want. You can make fritters with fruits. You can make pineapple fritters. You can make apple fritters. You can make banana fritters. My favorite is pineapple fritters. So anyway, the next thing I have is some really cute muffins. I think they turned out really well. I feel like there's still so much I have not done. My table does not have any mandazis. It doesn't have any kind of eggs. It doesn't have sausages, any kind of sausages. So much you can make for Christmas. The next thing I have on my table is samosas. I did not make this I bought. So I have finally finished tasting everything that I have made and everything was so nice. My favorite things. My number one favorite thing was this potato hash browns. Imeweza. I think the only thing that I did not like in this whole spread, vegetable fritters. I didn't like them. You guys, I'm gonna end my video because it's getting really dark. And I know by now my quality is because I don't have lights. I'm gonna get lights. That way I can film whenever I can, you know. But now natural light is gone. It's dark now. So I'm gonna end my video here. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I just want to say thank you to everyone, all the 333 people that have subscribed to my channel so far. Thank you very much. Tell me if you would want me to make a part 2 of the Christmas breakfast. Or just, you know, breakfast meal. I like breakfast. Breakfast is my favorite meal. Oh my goodness. At this point, I feel like I'm rambling. I hope you liked this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, bye.